What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And today I'm going to be doing my overview of the Kansept knives Turaco. This knife was sent into the channel by my friend Craig for me to check out. Thank you very much, Craig. I'm going to link Craig's Instagram in the description below. If you're not following him over there, please give him a follow. Great guy with a great knife collection, and a collection that most people would be envious of. I mean, he's got some amazing knives. So he wanted me to check this one out, and I really like this knife. It has one flaw that was could have been easily fixed when they were making the knife. We'll get to that in a minute. First, let's go over the specs, do a couple size comparisons. It's a small knife, but not like tiny. All right, overall length is 6.72 inches. The blade length is 2.82 inches. The blade thickness is 110 thousandths. It's CPM S35VM blade steel with a flat grind with a drop point blade. It's titanium frame lock. It's on cage ceramic ball bearings. Pocket clip is not reversible. No lefty love on this one. The weight on this one comes in at 3.8 ounces, which is a bit heavy for a knife this size. It's not terrible though. And I don't know who the designer is on this one. I'm not sure, but titanium is bead blasted. All right, let's do a couple size comparisons real quick. Here's the Benchmade bug out. Quite a bit shorter than the bug out and weighs twice as much. Here's the AD 20.5. Again, a lot smaller than AD 20.5. See, where are the little guys out? Here's the F5.5, very close in size to that knife. That's a good size comparison there. Here's the QSP Penguin. Penguin's probably about a ½ inch longer. And we'll do a couple more here. Let's do a pair 3. And we will do Little Native, Sparker Little Native. So it's kind of right in between those two, actually, in size. Ergos. Ergos are pretty good. I mean, for a smaller knife. I mean, my index finger lines up right in there for the lock bar cutout. It feels really good in hand there. I do feel this pocket clip a little bit because it does kind of stick straight up, but it's not like, I don't know if it become a hot spot or not. I can just notice it's there. It's not like poking me at the moment. I just feel it. You know what I mean? So I don't think it'd be a hot spot. Pretty neutral ergos, honestly. This is your main grip. You can choke up a little bit right here, but you know there's a sharpening choil, no forward finger choil, but you can get up pretty close to the edge. Now that I get up there, I do feel that pocket clip a little more when I'm choked up on the knife than I do back here. So, but I don't think it's going to be horrible, but it is noticeable. Do have a lanyard pin, so I like that they did that and did not do a hole in it. Not a big fan of holes. Well, lanyard holes anyway. But yeah, I prefer something like that. For if you're going to have to put a lanyard something on it, do it that way. That's the way to do it. Action. Fantastic action. Really good action. Craig thought this knife would remind me of the Wii Esprit, and it does. It seems like a smaller version of the Wii Esprit to me. Very similar flipper action and shape, and they're very similar knives actually. Everything about this knife I really like, except for one thing, and that's just the damn lock bar, man. They gave you a cutout, gave you plenty of access to it, but they did no chamfering whatsoever on it. It's just a straight, flat edge right there, and it's quite uncomfortable. Now, to someone like me, it's going to be uncomfortable, right? Someone that likes to play with their knives, and it's going to sit here and do this on the couch while watching TV. After a few flicks and a few times unlocking the blade, you start to feel it. I've gotten to where I use my thumbnail to hit it instead of the meat of my thumb. That makes it much better. Doesn't bother me at all that way if I just use the nail. But if you use the meat of your thumb and push over, you're going to feel it. It's pretty sharp. And that's such an easy fix too, right? It would have been so easy to put a nice chamfer in there when they did the scales, and would not be an issue whatsoever. That's my only real nitpick with this knife. The price of this knife, which you can still get these, by the way, they are in stock, is $160, and there are like 3 or 4 different variations of it. Let me see here. I had it pulled up. There, you can get this variation with the blacked out hardware, and the blasted titanium. You can get, come on computer. Then there's a version with the titanium's kind of bronze, but this is still raw, these lines, and it looks like it has blue hardware. And then there's a murdered out version, and these lines cut in. You see the raw titanium, but everything else is murdered out. That murdered out one looks pretty sweet. Price on this one's $160. The price on that murdered out one's like $164, and the one with the bronze is $170. So I think that's a fair price for a titanium frame lock with S35VN that has this great action. I mean, it has amazing action. Yeah, I would have loved it if they'd probably done a little more milling on the inside. They didn't do any milling at all. Some people prefer a knife like that. You know, they prefer it to have weight to it. It makes it feel, I don't know if it makes it feel stronger or more premium to them. Me, on the other hand, I'd much rather have this milled out. They could have knocked at least I bet they could have taken an ounce out of this knife if they'd milled the inside of the scales. But that's not what they were going for, obviously. So it's not a bad thing. It's just a preference thing for me. Under 3 ounces is what I like to have in my pocket anyway. Although there are exceptions to the rule. And I would gladly carry this knife. This is a great little knife. It really is. For the money. When you compare to what some other companies are charging for a titanium frame lock like this, with this quality, yeah, $160 is not bad at all for this knife. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. I'll link it down below. The only place I've found it in stock, I think, at the moment is Blade HQ, but I'll link it down there if you guys want to check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next one.